Hey everyone, Matt from Workshop Tinkers here. So, after I put up my 1 week review and my first print videos, I was getting asked how to set up the 101 Hero. Seeing questions like, you got multiple the same labeled uprights, stuff like that. I'm going to tell you how that doesn't matter. Every single upright is the same, other than maybe some fine tuning, but it doesn't matter. I'll explain why, and then I'll show you how to do the first couple of prints. I have some SD cards prepped, and if I have time, I'll show you how to load one from their website for the basics. So first off, here we're going to take a look at the wiring. I put quick labels, so we're going to completely ignore the lettering labels. The only ones I'm going to double check are for my hot end, because I unplugged them and I don't remember which one went where, and those ones do matter and shouldn't be confused. So you have 3 uprights, so that is 3 end stops. These are the 2 wires. They're just micro switches, on off. These are always on, and when the circuit breaks is when they've touched. You can do the opposite way, so they're always off and the circuit closes when they're touched. Most of them, as far as I can tell, use always on, circuit break. And then 3 stepper motors. So the pairing between them are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Which is 1, 2, 3? It doesn't matter. What does matter is the order. So I have one being this topmost. Let me double check that. Yes. 1, 2, 3. So if you're looking at the bottom, it's clockwise. If you're looking at the top, it's counterclockwise. So as long as both stepper and sensor and stop switch, limit switch, whatever you want to call it, the switch and the stepper are plugged into the same corresponding spot, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it'll work. And be even. If you have it the wrong order, it'll be mirrored, as long as you have the same pairs. So if you have 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, it'll work. It'll just be mirrored like my first couple of prints here, where the left, from my perspective, the left hand should be up and the right hand is up. Versus, where'd my other one go? Correct? Wrong. But that's what happens. So mine are actually labeled BAC instead of ABC. Doesn't matter. Only differences, as far as I can tell, are the label and the length of the cables. So there's one long one, so it can hang out the side easy. But as I said, even if you have all short ones, you can just kind of stick it like that. It'll work. It has room, I'm pretty sure. Check, yes. And real quick, I've started working on these here. They are just filler. As you can see, they do fit. I'm not going to, well, other than this one, I just took it off. Yeah, no, it fits. It all fits like that. I'm going to put ribs on, strengthen it before I glue it on, so I'm going to do another revision. I will show you that later, again, once I get more. These are just stuck in there right now, so I'm not going to bother. As you can see, well, they're a different color. So I'm going to plug. The reason why I unplug these is I got some of this cable management. I've cut it to the correct length. I'm just going to install it real quick. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got cable management back on. Sorry about that. So as I said, the only thing that really matters are these 3 wires. You have your green red, your red red, your black red. These actually matter. So just judging by the thickness of the wires, the black and red is your hot end. That is actually what makes the tip hot and the plastic molten. And then these are just guesses. One is the fan in the hot end itself. I just heard something click. I don't know what. So there's a fan in here to keep the hot end cold. You can't see that. Hold on. hot end to keep it cold, and then there's a thermistor, a temperature sensor. So the only one that you can tell right off the bat that for sure is this fourth spot here is for sure your hot end. And these ones are, let's see, EFG. Okay, that makes it easy. I will say that their labeling is pretty easy to figure out. I'm going to guess G is the fan and F is the thermistor. Just a guess. I'm not 100% sure, certain. So that is it in a nutshell, the wiring. Setting it up, just follow the directions. As I said, doesn't matter which upright is which. Are you the whole out? As the three are kind of interchangeable. So once it's in, you're ready to go. Grab your glass, and then I just washed mine so it's wet and kind of, well, wet. Put it in, or actually I'm going to prep my glass first, which you do by not having it. Hey. You have two options for the cheap and easy glass prep. One is your masking tape, which I don't like at all. Why? I've never had much success. What I do prefer is just glue stick. This is the purple disappearing. The plain white works just as well. It's just this is cheaper. Don't ask me why, it just is. And just a thin coat. Doesn't have to be complete. Doesn't have to be everywhere. Just on there. And you can probably can't see it. Oh, there it is. It's not complete. It's just thin. You start off with a mostly clean plate. So let's get it installed. So the SD cards I've prepped. One is a test. One is the initial first print. As I said, one of the changes I've made to my printer is the Bowden tube. The PTFE, I think it's 3 millimeter outside diameter, but the inside is just over 1.75 because that is what I have. This is not the filament that came on this roll. It's just a roll I had for this filament. So this is PLA 1.75. That's what the default is for this printer. That's what was on there, those two test pieces. But the extra tubing, what it does is it's attached up here so that when the filament drags, it's only the motor in the hot end that feels it, not the whole thing pulling, because see, when it pulls, the whole thing moves. And that's what causes the layer shift that you see in this print, or part of the reason. This, I'm pretty sure, is because when they export the print, they had the intro portion where it starts the layer at the same spot and it didn't prime right. So what I'm going to do is, my first one is the motor test. You don't need to do this, but this is a good demonstration. So there are several files on this, but the one that's important is the 101 Hero no file extension. That is very important. In the 7-zip files, so .7z that you get off the website, contains a 101 Hero file. No extension, and that's what you want. So you just install it into the little upright card reader that they send. I will attach my USB, so hopefully eventually I can show you that, but it also lets me see temperature readings. I have Simplify, or if I can stop bumping the camera, I simplify up, and when I go into the machine control settings, I can see extruder speeds and or extruder temperatures and such. It's not going to connect to this. It's not actually powered on. So I'm going to power it on, and as you see, it's already read the file. It's centered itself up, so that's a G28 homing control. Went down X0, Y0, Z0, and back up to home G28. Actually, I don't think that was G28 because it didn't do the bounce, where it senses its precise position. Click, 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 click. So that's it. What I found the only way to really adjust the screws for height is to start that. So if I hit the button again, it'll reread that. I'm going to unplug the USB, and when it's there, turn it off. Only way I found to do that without using the control software that consumer versions don't have. So I'm going to plug this back in. It's going to go do its thing again. I'm going to let it do its thing, and then I'm going to show the test print with no filament in. Why? Because I don't have filament in. It's pretty simple there. One thing, so I'm working on a couple of things. One, support. The other one, I don't like this having to screw in the door every time you change filament. I want to make a replacement door for the hot end so it latches closed pretty easy. I'm thinking just a direct replacement and then have this part slide up and down and catch on the screw heads. Leave the screws permanently installed. But anyways, so this one here, SD card again. So take this one out since it's done, put it back in my holder so I don't lose it. Put this one in. This one has the test print. Once again, it's the 101 Hero test print. Hit the button, it's going to read it. It's going to heat up, so if I connect to the printer over here, let me get you in so you can see what I'm seeing. Sorry. So, is it connected? Oh, it doesn't see it right now. It's not plugged in. Come on. Okay, there it goes. Okay, now it's reading. It's seeing the temperatures. Temperatures going up. I will say this hot end gets hot fast. It's actually really nice. I haven't taken it apart yet to see what it is, but it's nice. It's not all metal. I'm almost 100% certain about that, but it's hot, which means there's not much metal to it. There's not much thermal mass. Anyways, while we're waiting for this to do stuff, I'm going to put in my next SD card. This laptop has a SD card reader on the side here. And let's zoom you out so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go to my browser. I should be at 101 Land here. Okay, so this was what I was using as my test print. Let's find something else so I can show you how to put it on the SD card. Sorry about bumping the camera. It's not real well situated. I like Cool Yoda. Cool Yoda looks good. Pretty sure the pictures that they use are merely what's from Thingiverse. So how to download the file, and oh, by the way, it started. Got up to 200 degrees Celsius. Now it's going down and printing, and there's nothing actually coming out because I don't have any filaments loaded. So while it's going to download, you hit download original. It gives you a dimension. It's actually a 7 zip file. So you open the zip file. Some of them are 7-zip, some are zip. You have within that zip file a 7-zip file, which, because Windows, you can just directly download. I'm in my downloads. Where'd that go? Where'd that go? Can you see that? Okay. So my 7-zip, I do have 7-zip installed, and because it's not recognizing it, I have to browse to it. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get to it quickly. Nope. Hold on. I actually like WinRAR better. It'll actually open automatically instead of making you browse to it. Me, downloads, Yoda. So Y for Yoda. No Yoda. Where'd Yoda go? Where'd Yoda go? DJ Yoda. Okay. There's the 101 hero file. So you extract to the SD card. In my case, that should be our computer. Secure digital storage device. Okay. If it has one in there, replace. And now if I go to my secure digital download device, I have 101 hero in there. So give me a minute, let me load some filament. I'm not loading the yellow because it's not working well. I'll be right back. Okay, filament is loaded. So we are going to pop the SD card out because I still haven't done that yet. Pop it out. Put the new one in. It's either apply power or click reset. I'm clicking reset. Back in my little divider thingy. And now, if we look at the control panel on my reader, you can see it's already reading it since it's heating up, as you can see right. No, come on, stay focused. Focus. Focus. It's not focusing. There you can see it. Okay, the temperature is going up, which means it's set to max of 190. It's a little cool for my liking. I prefer 205. But this actually might work because I've noticed this thermistor shows 10 degrees off of my other printer. So it should start moving. If you see, it should say it's done and start counting down. 195. It might be going to 195. 197, maybe it's gone to 200. I didn't see it. Went by too fast. 190. Okay, it's going to 200 because it's slowing down. As I said, this is for the developer version. This is Simplify. You can do the same for Pronterface or Octopi. Works pretty well as well. If you have a Raspberry Pi. There's a few other for the developer. If it's consumer, you just have to take it on faith it's doing something. If nothing's happened in about 3 to 5 minutes, let's try again. Wide. Okay, now it's printing. And because I didn't squeeze out the old, so what it does is a perimeter, and then it starts, so 2 perimeters, then it starts the print itself. Just to prime the pump, basically. Prime the hot end. And it's actually going. So that's how you start wiring and basic starting prints. Good luck. I will be doing more updates as I finish my designs for the reinforcement stuff. And as I said, all this stuff can be printed, barely in this case, but can be printed on this printer. It's a little tricky, but it can do it. Anyways, I'm sure I'll have more updates in the next week or so. So until then, thanks everyone for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.